The honourable member for Western Arctic.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I rise to speak tonight on an issue I raised earlier on this year to the Minister of Public Works. In the Northwest Territories, the biomass energy strategy of conversion of large buildings to this form of energy for heating has been an unqualified success. This program has been carried out for the last 2 to 3 years. We're seeing much reduced costs in heating these large buildings. We're seeing a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions of a considerable amount through the use of biomass energy mostly from waste products from sawmills in Alberta and British Columbia. This is a very big opportunity for Northern Canada to reduce its cost of living. These opportunities provide energy that is clean, that has very good environmental characteristics in terms of handling and carrying. They have the wood pellets that are being employed are half the cost of the most common heating feature in the Northwest Territories, Yukon and Nunavut, which is home heating oil. In fact, 175 communities across northern Canada rely almost entirely on this product, which is very expensive. So my question to the minister was, the Department of Public Works and other government agencies have many large buildings throughout northern Canada. Do they have a program, or have they considered a program that would convert these buildings in northern Canada to this newfound heating source? If this was accomplished, we'd see that the market for the product would grow very quickly in the 3 territories. The federal government could be a shining example of how to buy into a successful program. We would see the volumes go up. And Mr. Speaker, this is not a small affair. There's the use of fuel oil in the 3 territories they're in excess of $500 million in costs for heating throughout those 3 territories, whether they're in homes, commercial buildings, or in industrial facilities. So the federal government's role in this as a promoter of clean energy would be very useful to North. It would the conversion of their buildings to wood pellets or to this renewable form of energy would provide extra market for entrepreneurs to develop supply chains to supply this product throughout the North, and many smaller users, residences, small businesses, would benefit from this transfer. So this is a very simple, straightforward question I'm asking the government. Can they consider this program? Will they work towards the directions that are turning out to be successful in the North, and work with Northerners to make a better life for ourselves?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of the Environment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my colleague for his question as well. It's actually a great topic. Biomass and biofuel energy, they're a way to produce clean energy, green energy. It's certainly something I acknowledge. I've seen many different interesting technologies cross my desk, not only this year, but in my previous life at the University of Calgary, and I think it's something that is uniquely Canadian in that we do have a thriving sector that's working in R&D. In fact, our government in this area, our government is supporting that. I can think off the top of my head of Sustainable Development Technology Canada and several other agencies that are working to promote both the development and receptor capacity for these new technologies. Also, as far as the adoption of technology goes, I know that our government has invested heavily in this area through the Eco-Energy Renewable Power Program. That government invested up to $1.48 billion over 14 years to support renewable power sources such as wind, solar, biomass, and hydro energy. Also, the Eco-Energy Innovation Initiative will invest $281 million over 5 years to support the development and demonstration of clean energy technologies. This will help give Canada's entrepreneurs and manufacturers a leading edge in energy innovation, and this program currently supports 104 projects across Canada, representing 4,458 megawatts of capacity. So, you know, I do know that our government is investing in both the research and adoption of a variety of different clean energy sources. Certainly in Canada, we're blessed in that we see over 75% of our electricity production produced by renewable or non-carbon emitting sources. This is certainly something that our government has supported, has invested in, and will continue to do so.
The honourable member for Western Arctic.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank my colleague for her remarks. But in reality, there's no need for technological development, Mr. Speaker. There's no need to actually even come up with the capital. There's private enterprise has taken hold in this market throughout the north, but without the federal government actually putting its buildings up for conversion, even the private enterprise can't enter into that market. With the federal government not having a program that says we want to convert, this will not happen. If they simply put out tenders to provide heating for their buildings over a period of years, you'll see that the competitive prices that they achieve from those tenders will spur the industry. So it's not really a very difficult conversion for the government to make. It simply has to have the will to do it. And I would encourage this government to go ahead with that. Thank you.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
You know, I commend my colleague opposite for his question and for his interest in ensuring that we've got clean, renewable sources of energy in the north. Again, I want to reiterate that our government has invested heavily in the adoption of such technologies, and certainly this is something we will continue to support through our budgetary measures in the future.